Hi, good morning to you all. I am Dr. A. Venkatnarayana, Associate Professor, Department of Biotechnology, Vignan Foundation for Science, Technology and Research, Bloomington University. Today, I would like to discuss about some problems on searching for reaction mechanism and some more problems on rate of reaction. So here, first problem on searching for reaction mechanism, the irreversible reaction A plus B2 AB has been studied kinetically and the rate of formation of the product has been found to be well correlated by the following rate equation. RAB is equal to rate of formation of AB is equal to rate constant K into CD square. Rate constant K into CD square. This is the experimental rate of formation of AB, that is the temperature dependent on K into CD square. This reaction is independent of A. This reaction is independent of Ca, the concentration of A. So here, what reaction mechanism is suggested by this rate expression? If the chemistry of the reaction suggests that the intermediate consists of the association of the reactant molecules and that a chain reaction does not occur. So, for given reaction A plus B to AB, he is asking to find out the reaction mechanism. When we find out the reaction mechanism, we always find out the reaction mechanism for non-elementary reactions. In non-elementary reactions between initial reactants and final products, always we can have the formation of intermediates. Those intermediates we cannot see and we cannot measure their concentration. Their concentration with respect to time is 0. They produce in fraction of seconds and simultaneously disappears in fraction of seconds. These are highly unstable molecules. So here, for non-elementary reaction, that means the rate equation based on the stoichiometry not matches with the rate equation based on the experiments. Okay. But in this problem, he has given one reaction A plus B2 to the A. He has given one reaction A plus B to AB. So for this reaction, here in the problem RAB given, that is experimental rate of formation of AB given, that is KCB square. That is, this is the experimental rate of formation. Experimental rate of formation of KB is given. But here, and this reaction is independent of Ca, he is asking to find out the reaction mechanism for given reaction. Before we find out the reaction mechanism for given reaction, first we will see the given reaction is elementary reaction or non-elementary reaction. Suppose if it is non-elementary reaction, in this problem he has provided some information that here, whatever the reaction mechanism is producing, here the intermediate consists of an association of reactive molecule. The intermediate is combining with reactive molecule and that a chain reaction does not occur. In the problem he mentioned that chain reaction does not occur. Obviously this reaction mechanism always follows the non-chain reaction mechanism. Non-chain reaction mechanism takes place in two steps. In the first step, from the reactant we can have the formation of intermediate. In the second step, by disappearance of the intermediate, we can get the product. Okay. So here, a rate equation based on the experiments is given. RAB is equal to K. Rate equation based on the experiments is given. RAB is equal to KCB square. This is the rate based on the experiments. Rate based on the experiments. And here, rate equation based on the stoichiometry, the given reaction A plus B to AB, whenever you find out the rate for reactants or product, rate is always product of two terms. The first one is the temperature dependent term, that is rate constant K, and the concentration of the reactants. So in the given reaction, the reactants are A and B. So that's why the concentration of A into concentration of B. And the stoichiometric quotient for that is reactant A in the given equation is A. So here we have the Ca to the power of 1 and the stoichiometric quotient for B is 1. Here also Cb to the power of 1. So here the second equation is based on the stoichiometric equation. Rate equation based on the stoichiometry. So the first one RAB equal to KCB square, that is the rate based on the experiment given in the problem, and here the second one rate of formation of AB based on the stoichiometry, here we written. So that is K into Ca into Cb. When you observe these two equations, On right hand side, these two are not same. That means rate based on the experiments and rate based on the stoichiometry are not same. Whenever the rate equation based on the stoichiometry not matching with the rate equation based on the experiments, obviously that reaction is non-elementary reaction. So in non-elementary reaction, we can have always the formation of intermediates between the initial reactants and the final products. So since the equations 1 and 2 are not same, the given reaction is non-elementary. So in the non-elementary reaction, if you want to, that means develop the generation of the intermediates, first we need to assume the reaction mechanism by forming the intermediates. So in the problem already mentioned that means here this reaction mechanism does not follow the chain reaction, it always follows the non-chain reaction mechanism. In non-chain reaction mechanism takes place in 2 steps. So according to that, here we assume the reaction mechanism. So after assuming the reaction mechanism, we need to break down the reaction mechanism into individual steps and write the rate for individual step, and here do the certain mathematical manipulation and find out the rate of formation of AB. Whatever the rate of formation of AB, we obtain based on the reaction mechanism, assumed reaction mechanism. If it matches with the experimental rate, our assumed reaction mechanism is correct. Otherwise, we need to assume some other reaction mechanism and we need to test it. Okay. First one, here assume the reaction mechanism. The reaction mechanism assumed is, so here B plus B. The reactant B is combining with the other reactant B and producing B2 star. Again, that means B2 star combining with the other reactant A and producing AB plus B. So this is the reaction mechanism assumed. So this reaction mechanism takes place in 2 steps. First step, we are forming the intermediate B2 star. The B2 star again combining with the other reactant A and producing AB plus B. AB plus B. Break down this in the next step, break down this reaction mechanism into individual steps. So in the first reaction is irreversible reaction, we need not to break down, and second reaction is reversible reaction. This consists of the forward step and backward step. The second reaction can be break down into 2 steps. Okay. So break down into the individual steps. First one, write as it is. First reaction, write as it is B plus B2 star. Assume this takes place in the presence of K. Assume this takes place in the presence of rate constant K1. And second reaction is reversible reaction. That means here the forward step is A plus B2 star to AB plus B in the presence of rate constant K. So in the second one, reversible reaction, this is the forward step. The second one is the forward step. And here the backward step is AB plus B. That means gives rise to the A plus B2 star in the presence of K. Here B2 star is the intermediate. B2 star is the intermediate in the reaction. These are highly unstable molecules. Okay. Next one, that is in the given problem, he has provided the rate of formation of AB. He has provided the experimental rate of formation of AB given as K into CB square. That reaction is independent of Ca. Okay. So here from the assumed reaction mechanism also try to find out the rate of formation of AB. So in here when you observe this one, in the first reaction there is no AB on reactant side or product side. So you need not write that means rate for the first reaction. In the second reaction AB is there on product side. AB is there on product side. So rate is positive. Rate of formation of AB is positive. In the third reaction AB is there on reactant side. AB is there on reactant side. So rate of formation of reactant is negative. So in the second reaction AB is there on product side. So rate is positive. In third reaction AB is there on reactant side. So rate is negative. So based on these 2 reactions, try to find out the net rate of formation of AB. Since one rate is positive, the other rate is negative. So try to find out the rate of formation of AB. So here RAB is the net rate of formation of AB. Net rate of formation of AB. So try to find out the RAB. From the second reaction AB is there on product side. Whenever you write the rate based on the stoichiometry, I already said that this is the product of 2 terms. One is the rate constant K2 into, that means rate constant K2 into, next one conformation of reactants. What is the conformation? That means reactants for second reaction. Reactant A is one reactant, the other reactant is B2 star. Okay. Now here write Ca into Cb2 star. Why? The stoichiometric coefficient for A is 1, and stoichiometric quotient for B2 star is also 1. Here it is supposed to be Ca to the power of 1 and Cb2 star to the power of 1. Okay, K2 into Ca Cb2 star. So this rate is positive since AB is there on product side. Since AB is there on product side. In third reaction, AB is there on reactant side. So rate of reaction is negative for reactant. Negative for reactant, that's why put minus into here rate constant is K3, write K3 and write the concentration of the reactants. What are the concentration of the reactants for third reaction? AB and D, that is CAB into C. What is the stoichiometric quotient for AB? 1 and stoichiometric quotient for B is also 1. Here supposed to be CAB to the power of 1 and CB to the power of 1. This is the net rate of formation of AB based on the assumed reaction mechanism. Net rate of formation of AB based on the assumed reaction mechanism. So here RAB is equal to K to CA, CB to star. When you observe the equation 3 with the equation 1, what is the equation 1? Rate of formation of AB, that is here based on the experiments. When you compare the equation 3 with the equation 1, again these two are not same. Equation 3 is RAB is equal to K2 into CA CB2 star minus K3 into CAC. What is the equation 1? Rate of formation of AB on based on experiments is given in the problem as RAB is equal to K into CB square. This is the independent of CA. Independent of CA. So this is the equation 1. And when you compare the equation 3 with the equation 1, right hand side terms are not same. Right hand side terms are same. Why? Because so here in RAB equation, that means rate of formation of AB based on the assumed reaction mechanism, we have the CB2 star. We have the CB2 star. CB2 star is the concentration of the intermediate that we cannot measure. We need to convert this in terms of the known quantities of the reactants and products. What are known quantities? Here you can measure B, concentration of B. Here you can measure the concentration of A. You can measure the concentration of AB. But we cannot measure the concentration of the B2 star since B2 star is the intermediate. Okay. So here we need to convert this CB2 star into known quantities. After converting CB2 star into known quantity, if you substitute back into the equation 3 and try to again apply the rate of formation of AB. After doing certain mathematical manipulation, that means whatever the rate of formation of AB you got, if you compare with the experiment equation 1, that is the rate of formation of AB based on the experiments, when these two are same, our assumed reaction mechanism is correct. Further, next step is try to find out the rate of formation of, try to find out the concentration of the intermediate. If you want to find out the concentration of the intermediate B2 star, again we need to write the net rate of B2 star. Net rate of the B2 star. Why net rate of B2 star? So in the first reaction, B2 star is there on product side. In second reaction, so in the first reaction, B2 star is there on product side. So here, B2 star is there on product side. In the second reaction, B2 star is there on the reactant side. So in the third reaction, B2 star is there on the product side. B2 star is there on product side. So here to find out the concentration of intermediate, we need to find out the net rate of formation of B2 star. Based on that only, we can find out the concentration of the intermediate. So next step is write the RB2 star. RB2 star is nothing but what? Net rate of the intermediate. Net rate of formation of intermediate. Net rate of the formation of intermediate. That is RB2 star. In the first reaction, B2 star is there on product side, so rate is positive, right? K1 into the concentration CD into CD. Here write K1 into CD. This can be written as K1 into CD square also in the data steps. Again, in the second reaction, B2 star is there on the reactant side, so rate is negative. Write K2 into the concentration of A into concentration of B2 star. So that is minus, since the B2 star is there on reactant side, so rate is negative, minus K2 into Ca Cb2 star. Minus K2 into Ca Cb2 star. All these stoichiometric quotients on reactant side are 1. So that means Ca to the power of 1, Cb2 star to the power of 1. In the third reaction, B2 star is there on product side. So rate is positive. Rate is positive. So K3 into again plus K3 into CAC. K3 into CAC. And next step here, what is RB2 star? I already said that during the definition of rate of reaction, the rate of reaction is defined as the number of moles of the reactants consumed or number of moles of the products produced per unit volume of the reaction mixture per unit time. So when you write the rate of reaction can be defined as rate of reaction equal to moles by volume into time. Okay. Moles by volume is nothing but what? Number of moles by volume, that is N by V, is the concentration. This can be written as concentration divided by time. Concentration divided by the time. So here, rate of reaction is nothing but the concentration change of reactants with respect to time or the concentration change of products with respect to the time. So in this place, RB2 star can be written as the concentration change of, that is CB2 star intermediate, that is the concentration change of B2 star intermediate with respect to the time. The concentration change of B2 star with respect to the time. Okay. So this can be written as again on right hand side write as this K1 CB CB minus K2 CS CB2 star plus K3 CAB C. Again, the concentration of the intermediate in the reaction mixture is very small. Very small. So its concentration change with respect to time. If CB2 star is very small, its concentration change with respect to time is automatically 0. Even that CB2 star is very small, its concentration again change with respect to time is that already small, its concentration change with respect to time is automatically 0. This is approximately equal to the 0. This is approximately equal to the 0. So on left hand side put 0. 0 equal to again K1 CB CB minus K2 CA CB2 star plus K3 CAB CB. That is here. Now bring the right hand side negative down to the left hand side. When you bring the right hand side negative down to the left hand side, this becomes K2 CA CB2 star, that equal to K1 CA CB into CB plus K3 CAB CB. From this our target is to find out the CB2 star. Our target is to find out the CB2 star, that is the concentration of the intermediate. Since we cannot measure their concentration experimentally, so here we are going to express this in terms of the known quantities. Okay, now from this one, try to solve for the CB2 star and bring K2Ca to the right hand side denominator. That becomes CB2 star equal to, here write CB into CB, you can write CB square plus K3 CAB into CB by K2Ca. So this is the concentration of the intermediate. Equation 5 represents the concentration of the intermediate in terms of the known quantities. We can have the, based on the temperature, we can find out the K1, and we can have the CB concentration B, we can find out experimentally, since that is the reactant, and also during the reaction time also we can measure this concentration. K3 and CAB the product, we can measure the concentration. CB also we can measure. So K2, K3 and all the temperature dependent terms we can find out from the reaction. So now the equation 5 is the, that is the equation 5 is the, that is the concentration of the intermediate B2 star. Now where we need to substitute this equation 5? Substitute this equation 5 into the equation 3 in place of the CB2 star. Our next step is substitute the equation 5 into the equation 3 in place of the CB2 star. Why? Because CB2 star we cannot find out. That's why we are expressing in terms of the known quantities. After substituting, do certain mathematical manipulation. After that, whatever the RAB you get, if it matches with the equation 1, that is the RAB based on experiments, our assumed reaction mechanism is correct. If it not matches with the equation 1, again we need to assume some other reaction mechanism and need to be tested again. Next one, substitute the equation 5 into the equation 3. In place of this one RAB, from equation 3 RAB is equal to K2, RAB is equal to K2 CA. In place of this CB2 star, write this term. This term is from the equation 5. This is from equation 5. Equation 5. So K1 CB square plus K3 CAB CB divided by K2 CA minus K3 CAB CB. Now here K2 CA and K2 CA becomes cancelled. These two becomes cancelled. Finally, we can obtain RAB is equal to K1 CB square plus K3 CAB CB minus K3 CAB CB. So here plus K3CaBCB and minus K3CaBCB both becomes cancelled. Finally, we can obtain RAB is equal to rate of formation of AB is equal to K1CB square. This is the rate of formation of AB based on the assumed reaction mechanism. This equation 6 is rate of formation of AB based on assumed reaction mechanism. What is the rate of formation of AB given in the experiments? Already given in the problem. That is given as RAB is equal to, that is equation 1, K into CB square. So this is the equation 1. When you compare equation 1 with equation 6, both are same. Here equation 6 is RAB is equal to K1 CB square, and equation 1, that is the rate of formation of AB, that is based on the experiments given in the problem, is RAB is equal to KCB square. Since equations 1 and 6 are same, our assumed reaction mechanism is correct. So initially, if you assume the wrong mechanism, we need to do this entire procedure. If you obtain, that means if it not final rate of formation not matching with experimental rate, again we need to assume again some other reaction mechanism needs to be tested. That's why in the beginning only I assumed the correct reaction mechanism and did this entire procedure. Okay. Next one here, based on this one we can say that for non-element reaction we always assume the reaction mechanism. Generally, assumption of reaction mechanism by biotechnologists and chemical engineers are very difficult. Actually, generally the reaction mechanism generally assumes by the chemistry people based on the nature of the reactants and characteristics of the reactants. The job of assuming reaction mechanism or suggested reaction mechanism generally done by the chemistry people. And the role of the biotechnologist and chemical engineer, whatever the reaction mechanism suggested by the chemistry people, we can test it. We can validate that reaction mechanism, or we can test it, whatever the reaction mechanism assumed by chemistry people, whether it is correct or not. Okay. Like this, we are going to see some other problem on this reaction mechanism, searching for reaction. Second problem, here a reactant called the substrate is converted into product by the action of an enzyme. An enzyme is high molecular weight substrate. Its molecular weight is more than 10,000. It's a protein-like substance towards the substrate and catalyzing one particular reaction or more group of reaction. So here, this reaction given in the problem is A to R. That means the substrate A is converting to this is the substrate A converting to the product R. Substrate A is converting to the product R in the presence of the enzyme. Enzyme is the biological catalyst, a high molecular weight protein-like substance. It is that means this is the that means specific towards the substrate. Okay, and here this reaction exhibiting these following points. So here, whatever the rate that means here rate of formation of product is producing, that is proportional to the concentration of the enzyme introduced into the mixture. So here, what is the product here? R. So rate of formation of R is directly proportional to he is saying that initial concentration of the enzyme. Rate of formation of R is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the enzyme. What is second one? At low reactant concentration, the rate is proportional to the reactant concentration. When concentration of A is low, automatically the rate of formation of R is directly proportional to the concentration of A. RR is directly proportional to the concentration of A. The concentration can shown with square brackets. And at a high reactant concentration, the rate levels off and the rate becomes independent of the reactant concentration. So here, at high reactant concentration, the rate of formation of R is independent of C, independent of concentration of A. So here we have one reaction A to R in the presence of enzyme. For this, that means this is obviously the non-element reaction. Since he asked to develop a reaction mechanism, he asked propose a reaction mechanism to account for this behavior. To account all this, whatever the reaction mechanism that is you are going to develop, that reaction mechanism should follow these points. That means here So since he asked to find out the reaction mechanism for given reaction, obviously this is the non-element reaction. Obviously this is the non-element reaction. Whatever the reaction mechanism is you are going to develop, that reaction mechanism should satisfy these 3 points. First one, rate of formation of R is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the enzyme. And second one, at low reactant concentration, rate of formation of R, that is the product, directly proportional to the concentration of the substrate, that is A. And at high reactant concentration, rate of formation of R is independent of the concentration of the A. So for this given reaction, we should develop the reaction mechanism. So here, the for given reaction A to R in the presence of enzyme, for this, the Michaelis and Menten in 1930, they developed the reaction mechanism for this complex reaction, and they got Nobel Prize in chemistry in 1930. In 1930, they got Nobel Prize for development of reaction mechanism for this non-elementary reaction. 1930, in chemistry, they got the Nobel Prize. Michaelis and Menten got Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize for, that means here development of the reaction mechanism for this reaction, that is the single substrate single enzyme reactions. Okay, so here they developed the reaction mechanism like this. They already developed the reaction mechanism. This I am going to explain to you. So they developed the reaction mechanism like this. They developed the reaction mechanism in 2 steps. 2 steps is automatically the non-chain reaction mechanism. In the first step, from the reactant we can have the formation of intermediate. In the second step, by disappearance of the intermediate, we can get the product. So here, in the first step, that means the substrate A is combining with the enzyme and producing the intermediate X star. X star is the intermediate. This is like the enzyme substrate complex, ES complex. As per their development, this is the ES complex, enzyme substrate complex. X star is nothing but ES complex. In the second step, by disappearance of the X star, that is nothing but ES complex, we are getting the product R on the enzyme B. Product R and enzyme E. Here enzyme is conserving. Enzyme is, that means here not consumes, that means the consumes physically. It increases or decreases the rate of reaction without participating in it. Okay. It has only the chemical, that means the physical participation. There is no the chemical involvement. Okay. X star, by difference of the X star, we can get the RNA. Again, similar to the earlier one, that means the first step is the reversible step, and second step is the irreversible step. This is the reversible step, and second one irreversible step. So break down the first step into 2 steps. First step is, that is the forward step, A plus E to the X star. The first one A plus E to the X star, and in presence of rate constant K1. And second step is the backward step for reversible reaction, X star to A plus E. That is X star to A plus E in the presence of K2. And third step is the irreversible step, retain as it is. Okay. X star to R plus E. The third step is the X star to R plus E. So here, he is asking to find out the rate of formation of the product, that is RR. Whatever the RR you are going to get based on the assumed reaction mechanism, it should satisfy the given 3 conditions. The first one, rate of formation of R should be directly proportional to the initial concentration of enzyme, and second one, at low reactant concentration, that means the rate of formation of R directly proportional to the, that means the concentration of the reactant or substrate. At high reactant concentration, the rate of formation of R is independent of the initial independent of the concentration of the substrate. Okay. First one, find out the rate of formation of the product R. So in the first reaction there is no R. In the first reaction there is no R. We need not to find out the rate of formation of R for first reaction. In the second reaction R is there on. In second reaction also there is no R. Second reaction also, from second reaction also need not find out the R. In third reaction R is there on product side. In third reaction R is there on product side. So rate is positive. Rate of formation of R is equal to, that means rate constant K3 into the concentration of the X star. Concentration of the X star is, this is the ES complex. Concentration of the X star. Give equation number 1. The rate of formation of R is equal to K3 into Cx star. So here the CX star, the concentration of the intermediate is, we cannot measure its concentration in the reaction mixture. These are highly unstable, that means molecule. We cannot measure their concentration. So we need to convert this in terms of the known quantities. We need to convert this in terms of the known quantities. So here in the next step, to find out the intermediate concentration, that is CX star. Intermediate concentration is nothing but CX star. Intermediate concentration, we need to find out the CX star. To find out the CX star, write the net rate of formation of the X star. So when you go to the X star, what is the first equation? That means here A plus, that means the substrate combines with the enzyme. That means we are getting the X star, this is the enzyme substrate complex in the presence of rate constant K. This is the first step of the forward reaction. On second step, by disappearance of this intermediate backward step, X star to the K2, again we are getting reactants A plus C. In the third step, by disappearance of the X star, in the presence of K3, we can get the product R and NJB. We can get the product R and NJB. So in the first step, X star is there on product side, so rate is positive. So R X star is equal to K1 into CAC. K1 into CAC. This is the first one. So this rate is positive. Why? Because the X star is there on product side. In the second reaction, X star is there on reactant side. So X star is there on reactant side, rate is negative. So minus on K2 into concentration of X star. Minus K2 into concentration of X star. Okay. In third reaction, again X star is there on reactant side, its rate is negative. Minus K3 into CX star. Minus K3 into CX star. Again I already said rate Rx star can be written as the concentration change with respect to the time dCX star by dt. This is equal to K1 CSCE minus K2 CX star minus K3 CX star. Again its concentration of the intermediate is very small reaction mixture. Its concentration change with respect to time is approximately equal to 0. So in place of this one, write 0. 0 is equal to K1 Ca. And what is the Ca? Ca is the concentration of the enzyme within the reaction mixture. So here the concentration of the enzyme, that means during the reaction the enzyme conserves within the reaction. Whatever the amount of enzyme is sent into the reaction mixture, even after the completion of the biological reaction, the same amount of the enzyme you can collect at the end. The same amount of the enzyme you can collect at the end. So from this reaction mixture, that means here enzyme conservation takes place. How can this take place? The initial concentration of the enzyme E0 is equal to so this initial concentration of enzyme, how many ways of existence of enzyme in the reaction mixture? And one way is the X star is nothing but ES complex. That means for this enzyme, some amount of the substrate is binding to the active site of the enzyme. So during the reaction, the specific substrate binds to the active site of the enzyme. You can have the formation of the ES complex. That is one way of the existence of the enzyme within the reaction mixture. That is enzyme binds to the substrate. So here also, that means X star ES, and also here also X star ES. The other way of the existence of the enzyme in reaction mixture is without binding to the substrate. Without binding to the substrate. So here where the that means the enzyme is not binding to the substrate. So here enzyme is not binding to the substrate. Here enzyme is not binding to the substrate. Here also enzyme is not binding to the substrate. So when you send the initial concentration of enzyme into the reaction mixture, there are two ways of existence of the enzyme in the reaction mixture. The first one is the enzyme binds, that means the substrate binds to the enzyme, that is in the form of the other one is what? That means that is the free enzyme without binding to the substrate. So there are two ways of the existence of the enzyme. That means the initial concentration of enzyme is equal to, that means enzyme binds to the substrate, that is X star. This concentration X star. X star is nothing but ES, enzyme substrate complex, plus the free enzyme, the concentration of the free enzyme not binding to the substrate. There are two ways of the existence of the enzyme. The total concentration is equal to, that means the enzyme binds to the substrate, that is the X star, plus the concentration of the enzyme. This can be written as, so that means this square bracket also indicates the concentration. Again I am writing this, converting to the concentration C E0 the initial concentration of the enzyme is equal to Ce naught equal to the concentration of the X star, plus the concentration of the E. So the initial concentration of the enzyme is equal to concentration of the X star, that is the enzyme binds to the substrate, plus the concentration of the enzyme without binding to the substrate. From this you can write Ce is equal to, bring Cx star to this side, solve for Ce. From this equation Ce can be written as Ce is equal to, bring Cx star to the left hand side, that becomes Ce naught minus Cx star. Ce naught minus Cx star. So based on this, what I want to say is the concentration of the enzyme is again the function of the Cx star. The concentration of the left enzyme in reaction mixture is the function of the concentration of the enzyme binds to the substrate. Okay. So here in the next step, here we got in place of the Ce, that means the concentration of the free enzyme, that is equal to Ce naught minus Cx star from this equation. Ce naught minus Cx star. From this equation, Ce naught minus Cx star. Substitute back this equation into in place of the C. Why? Because C is again function of Cx star. Minus right as it is, remaining right hand side 2 terms, minus K2 Cx star minus K3 Cx star. From this one, here 0 is equal to, expand this equation, K1 Ca Ce naught, again minus K1 Ca Cx star minus K2 Cx star minus K3 Cx star. Okay. From this one, so here on right hand side, how many terms consists of Cx star? This term we have the Cx star, this term we have the Cx star, this term also we have the Cx star. Our target is from this one, we need to find out the Cx star in terms of the known quantities. After finding the Cx star, we need to substitute back into the rate of formation of the product R equation, that is equation 1. And here whatever the rate of formation after mathematical manipulation, whatever the rate of formation of R we get, that should satisfy the given 3 conditions in the problem. Okay. So here, and bring the right hand side negative term to the left hand side. Accept the first term, remaining all terms consists of Cx star, bring remaining 3 terms to the left hand side. And take Cx star common. If you bring these 3 terms to the left hand side, that becomes positive. That equal to K1 Ca Cx star plus K2 Cx star plus K3 Cx star is equal to the K1 Ca Ce naught. So on left hand side you can take Cx star common. Take Cx star common. When you take the Cx star common, here you can left with K1 Ca from first term, K2 from second term, and K3 from third term. On right hand side, right as it is K1 Ca Ce naught. From this one, try to solve for Cx star. Cx star is equal to, bring left hand side down to the right hand side denominator, K1 Ca Ce naught by K1 Ca plus K2 K3. Now here, next step, in the next step, on right hand side, divide numerator and denominator with K1. Why? Because the K1 is there. So divide this right hand side and left hand side with K1. Then this becomes what? Divided by K1. This K1 becomes cancelled. Here also divided with K1. So this is of the form A plus B by C form. Consider the K2 plus K3 as one term. So the K1 when divide this A plus B by C form, the A by C. So here K1 becomes cancelled. That is Ce. The second term is K2 plus K3 by K1. Finally, you can obtain the Cx star is equal to Ca Ce naught divided by Ca plus Km. This is the equation 3, that is the concentration of the intermediate. So here the Ca, you can find out the Ca, initial concentration of enzyme known, Ce naught is known, and here the Ca is the concentration of A. We can measure initial concentration is measured, or during the reaction also Ca can be measured experimentally, and Km is the Michel's-Menten parameter. Km is the mm parameter. Km is equal to K2 plus K3 by 1. This Km is equal to K2 plus K3 by K1. K2 plus K3 by the K1. So here, this is the equation 3, represents the concentration of the intermediate Cx star. Now where we need to substitute equation 3? Substitute the equation 3 into the, substitute back into the equation 1, that is the rate of formation of R. So substitute the equation 3 into equation 1. What is the equation 1? Equation 1 is rate of formation of R equation. So here Now, where we need to substitute equation 3? Equation 3 should be substituted into the equation 1. The equation 1 is rate of formation of product R is equal to the K3 into the conservation of the X star. Conservation of the X star. We need to substitute the equation 3 in place of the Cx star in equation 1. Cx star in equation 1. We got the equation as R is equal to K3 into Cs A0 by Ca plus Km. This is the equation 4. This is the rate of formation of the product. That means the as per the reaction mechanism developed by the Mendel-Menten. It should satisfy the given three conditions. The first condition is what? What is the first condition? The first condition, rate of formation of the product are directly proportional to the initial concentration of the enzyme. That is rate of formation of R directly proportional to the initial concentration of the enzyme. That is here this one. This can also be written as the CE0, the initial concentration of the enzyme. Initial concentration of the enzyme. The second, that means the here condition is at low reactant concentration. That means at low reactant concentration when compared to the Km, the Km is more than the Ca, and at low Ca, then what happens? That means the Km is very greater than Ca. When I consider the Km is very greater than Ca, this equation 4 can be written as R is equal to rate of formation of R is equal to K3 into Ca Ce0 divided by, again here when compared to the, that means the Km, Ca can be neglected. We can neglect the Ca. We can neglect the Ca for second condition. Since that means the Ca is low and compared Km is high, that means automatically when that means Km is very greater than Ca, you can neglect the Ca, automatically then divide the Km. So from this one, rate of formation of R directly proportional to the Ca. Second condition is also satisfied. The first condition is satisfied, second condition is also satisfied. And what is the third condition? At high reactant concentration. At high reactant concentration, generally what happens? The Ca is very greater than, at high reactant concentration, at high Ca, that means the Ca is very greater than K. When compared to the Km, that means when you compare Ca to the Km, you can neglect the K. Why? Because the Ca is very high in third, that means the condition. Okay. So then this equation becomes Rr is equal to rate of formation of R is equal to K3 into Ca into Ca0 by. So since Ca is high, when compared to the Km, that means since Ca is high, you can neglect the Km, then write Ca. So Ca becomes cancelled. Ca becomes cancelled. So in third step, rate of formation of R is independent of Ca. Okay. So the condition 3 is also satisfied. So whatever that means equation 4 we got based on the assumed reaction mechanism is satisfying three conditions. First condition is rate of formation of R directly proportional to the initial concentration of enzyme. Second condition at low Ca when compared to the Km, automatically can neglect the Ca. So finally we can got Rr is equal to K3 Ca Ce0 by Km. So that means rate of formation of R directly proportional to the Ca. At high Ca, that means compared to Km, you can neglect the Km. So that means finally you can got rate of formation of R is equal to K3 into Ca Ce0 by Ca. Ca becomes cancelled. Rate of formation of R is independent of Ca. So here, for this complex reaction, Mendel-Menten developed reaction mechanism is satisfying given three conditions in the problem. Next one, problems on rate of reaction. First problem, a certain reaction has a reaction rate given by minus Ra is equal to 0.005 Ca square and its units are mole per centimeter cube per second. If the concentration is expressed in mole per liter and time in hour, what would be the value and units of rate constant? What would be the value and units of rate constant? So here, for a certain reaction, he has given a rate equation as minus Ra is equal to minus RA is equal to 0.005 Ca square mole per centimeter cube per second. So here this is the second order rate equation given for certain reaction, and here if the concentration is expressed in mole per liter, the concentration is expressed in mole per liter and time in hours, what would be the value and units of rate constant? Rate constant is nothing but what? The K value. So here actually is supposed to be the K value replaced with 0.05. He is asking to find out the K value. He is asking to find out the K value in terms of units. What? The concentration must be, concentration units are mole per liter, and here time units that is he wants is hours. Time units are hours. So before you express the rate constant units into the mole per liter and hour, already given rate of reaction, the concentration expressed in moles per centimeter cube. For given rate expression, that means the concentration expressed in mole per centimeter cube, and time expressed in seconds. Time expressed in seconds. So here before you convert these units to the mole per liter and time units to the hour, first write the rate constant units. What are the rate constant? K value given as 0.05, and here for second order reaction, what are the units of K? For second order, for nth order reaction, the units I already said that for rate constant units of nth order reaction is time inverse concentration to the power of 1 minus n. So here these are the units of nth order rate constant. Time inverse concentration to the power of 1 minus n. What is the order of the reaction now? 2. Now put n is equal to 2. Sorry, put n is equal to 2. When you put n is equal to 2, since the order is 2, for nth order reaction, what are the units of K? Units of K is equal to time inverse, and in place of the concentration to the power of 1 minus n, in place of n write 2. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So concentration to the power of minus 1. So the units of second order, that means the rate constant, are time inverse, concentration inverse. Time inverse, concentration inverse. Now here the K value is given as 0.005. So write K as is, and the units of rate constant for second order reaction is time inverse. Time inverse means what? 1 by second, and here 1 by second, and concentration inverse. What are the units of concentration given in the rate equation is mole per centimeter cube. Mole per centimeter cube. From this one you can get this K value as K is equal to 0.05, and here take centimeter cube to the that is numerator, centimeter cube mole per second. Mole per second. So these are the, that means the K value and units for given rate equation. But he is asking the new K value and units in, that means he want the concentration units in terms of the mole per liter, and he want the time units in terms of the hours. So moles we can return as it, but we need to convert centimeter cube to the liter. So for this one you can find out K is equal to 0.05, and here convert centimeter cube to the liter. Why? Because he is asking to express the K units in terms of the mole per liter. Okay. So we need to convert centimeter cube to the liter. How can you convert centimeter cube to the liter? 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. From this one, you can write this as 1 centimeter cube. 1 centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 liters. 1 centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 liters. So in place of the centimeter cube, write into 10 to the power of minus 3. Centimeter cube becomes liter. Divided by mole, write as it is. And how can you convert second to the hour? 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. From this one, 1 second is equal to 1 by 3600 hours. So in place of the second, write 1 by 3600 hours. So here in place of the write hour, and here write 1 by 3600. So if you do the that means the calculation, you can obtain the new K value in terms of the units liter per mole per hour. Liter per mole per hour. Okay. Like this, you can calculate the K value in that means in new units, and also based on the order of the reaction. Once if you know the nth order, that means the units, you can when you change the n value, you can automatically find out the units of K for first order, second order, third order, like that. Okay. Second problem. This is also related to the rate of reaction. A phosphine decomposes when heated according to the following reaction. The 4 moles of the phosphine decompose to produce 4 moles of the phosphine decompose to produce 1 mole of the P4 and 6 moles of the hydrogen. At a given instant, the rate at which the phosphine decomposes is given as 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 mole per liter per second. And what is the rate of formation of P4 and H2? He is asking to find out the rate of formation of P4 and H2, and he has given the rate of disappearance of the phosphine. And here the reactant is phosphine, so rate is negative. Here the phosphine is reactants, rate is minus RPH3. Minus RPH3. Since this is the reactant, rate is negative, and P4 and H2 are the products, rate is positive. So plus RP4 and plus RH2 plus RH2. So rate of the products are positive, and here rate of disappearance of the phosphine given as minus RPH3 is equal to how much has given 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 mole per liter second. Mole per liter second. And he is asking to find out RP4, rate of formation of P4. So here we need to find out the rate of formation of P4 and rate of formation of H2. These two are the products. So here earlier I said one relation. So suppose if you consider a reaction, A moles of A moles of A reacts with B moles of B, as in producing C moles of C and D moles of D. Suppose if you have this relation, and here for A and B reactants rate is negative, minus RA and minus RB, and for the products rate is positive, plus RC and plus RB. If you want to relate the rate of disappearance of the reactants to the rate of the formation of the products to its stoichiometric coefficients, earlier I had given one relation. So that relation is minus RA by A is equal to B minus RB by B, that is equal to plus RC by C. This is equal to plus RD by D. This is the relation. So in this relation, once if you know the rate of formation of products, that means if you have the stoichiometric coefficients available, you can find out the rate of disappearance of the reactants. Like this here, for the phosphine, we have the minus RPH3, rate of disappearance of the phosphine, divided by 2. Its stoichiometric coefficient is how much? 4. This is the 4 equal to, on rate of formation of the P4, this is the product, positive. So plus RP4 divided by the stoichiometric coefficient is 1, and this is equal to the rate of formation of H2, plus RH2 is equal to plus RH2 divided by, that means the here, that means the stoichiometric coefficient is 6. So like this here in the problem, minus RPH3 is given as 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3. In the problem, minus RPH3 is given as 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3. When you compare this one, RPH3 with first term with second one, you can find out the RP4. You can find out the RP4. Here RP4 is equal to rate of formation of P4 is equal to the rate of formation of P4 is equal to, so minus, that means minus RPH3 by 4. What is minus RPH3? 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 by 4. So from this you can obtain the RP4. You can obtain the RP4. Similarly, when you compare first term with the last term, you can find out the RH2. RH2 is equal to, when you compare this one, RH2 is equal to, that is plus RH2, rate of formation of hydrogen, into 6 by 4. The rate of resultants of the phosphine. Phosphine already given in the problem. So 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3. 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3. From this you can obtain the RH2. So that means the units for RP4 and RH2 are same. Again the same. Units are nothing but mole per liter per second. So like this you can find out the rate of formation. Once if you know the rate of resultants of the reactants, you can find out the rate of formation of the products once if you know the stoichiometric coefficient of the reaction. Otherwise, once if you know the rate of formation of the products, you can find out the rate of resultants of the reactants by relating with the stoichiometric coefficients. Okay. Thank you.